All right, welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look at our Pulse poll results right now. 57% of you say no thanks if there should be a ranking system for nor'easters.
So there's been a shift in the last 10 minutes.
The Mainers came around for me. I knew that would happen.
Well, it was a grassroots effort when I started complaining about it, so I feel like the people have heard me.
Yes, they have.
It's a lot of power.
Okay, so either way, it is an interesting thought, though, if you think about this is the hurricane Saffir-Simpson scale, and you know, it's a little easier to quantify because you're talking just about wind speeds. But you could argue there are some things here that aren't taken into account. You could, for example, have a Category 2 that came during a high astronomical tide, so a bigger storm surge. So it's not always equal all the way through. But I will say that when you get to a Cat 4 or 5, you know you're going to have catastrophic damage regardless. And so how do you do that with a nor'easter? This question, by the way, came to us from Mark E. Costa, Dr. Mark Costa, which is Coco's dad there. He has some great ideas, and he pointed out that this actually had been attempted in the early 90s. They came up with a scale. I don't know if we have that image or not, Rachel, but if we do, okay, we do not. Well, they came up with a scale that was just by wave height. So they just did it by wave height. The problem, of course, is then you could get 30 inches of snow inland. If the waves weren't big enough, it wouldn't count. Right. So I think there's too many challenges for it because you'd have to take into account how much snow, the type of snow, like this last one.
That's the other problem because like hurricanes, they're 156 miles an hour no matter where they happen to land or make landfall. Nor'easters, some of our state got 19 inches the other day. Some only got 6. And so you can't categorize it because it's not going to be the same for everybody when it comes to snowfall.
We also differentiate with blizzards, right? A blizzard versus a nor'easter.
We do, although blizzard doesn't have anything to do with how much snow falls either, which is kind of a common misconception. But yeah, I think it would just be very hard to do. And the other thing to think about with wind here is the foliage is always going to be on the trees when a tropical storm hits. Now you have to think about that with a nor'easter. Okay, a nor'easter in October is a much bigger impact deal than it is when there's no leaves left. So I just don't think we could go down this. You know, the Weather Channel names winter storms, and people tend to hate that. So I'm not sure that there's any good way to do this.
They go down the alphabet for that, right?
Yeah.
This wasn't part of the program, but I learned during one of the commercial breaks that you can have a nor'easter and have it only snow like 1 or 2 inches.
Yeah, nor'easter just means northeast winds and a storm.
Who knew?
Who knew?
Listen at kids.
Lots more to find out.
5:30 coming up. Thanks for voting on our Pulse poll. 58% says no, 42 say yes. I say yes to News Center at 5:30. What do you say?
Yes, let's do it.